Jennifer and Merideth.
Where you at, Jennifer and Merideth? I love that. Love it, love it. Good morning, everybody. Yes, you're tuning into Grit and Grace with Jennifer and Merideth. Saturday morning, it's 21 past the hour. We're here till 9 o'clock, sharing about our lives, stuff going on in the community, and really spotlighting a lot of the great talent that we have from the community, including today's special guest. But real quick, I got to get to a little business, okay? How about the weather? It is actually, right now, it's saying 46 degrees. Hold on, that cannot be true. The sun's out now. Hold up. Now we're 54. Okay, sorry, refresh. So today it's going to get to a high of 84 tonight to a low of 57, and I'm loving this right now, and I'm going to take every minute I can.
Yeah, it feels fabulous outside.
You know the fire's coming soon. I mean, my goodness, I can't believe we're in May. This is the most mild May that I can remember, kind of thing. But
only the 6th.
Yeah, that's true. But it's still, that's something in Houston. You know how it is. It just gets so hot up here. But okay, so as far as traffic, yes, it's really nice out. Nothing's going on the roadways. Everything's pretty steady, so just be careful out there, of course. Watch for traffic in the Conroe and Montgomery areas because of the events going on. And a special shout out to our traffic sponsor this hour with the Conroe Americana Music Festival that's actually going on this weekend. It's taken over downtown Conroe, and Jennifer was just saying 50 bands, 6 venues. It's awesome. So we want everyone to come out. They've got day passes, they've got the weekend passes. So check them out. Come on down. Be ready for a little bit of traffic just so you could find a good spot. Same goes for the Antique Festival, correct,
Yes.
in Montgomery, downtown Montgomery. So it's a beautiful day in the area, and we are so glad you're listening and tuning in to us, finding out what's going on. So as I was alluding to right before the break, we've got our top 3 of the week, and we try to tie it in, make it, relatable to all of our guests and, our theme. And this week, this awesome book, In Another Lifetime by your brother, so,
Yes.
just happens to be your brother, but talented author, that it's like a sci-fi fantasy kind of thing, right?
Yes.
So I'm engrossed in the book, okay? And so I've already started kind of grilling, but like cautiously, like don't tell me too much, but I want to know more, kind of, good cop, bad cop with your brother here. But it really helped me think of like, what if we could time travel? Because this happens, I'm not giving too much away, okay? This is not, it's part time travel, and, I'll let
Yes.
StoryTime get into it. But so I was like, man, if we could time travel, top 3 places or artists that we'd want to go see. So I sent this to you, and this is what I love about Jen. She will, like, within 5 minutes, she'll be like, oh, boom, 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 like, bam, she gives it to me. So why don't you tell us what some of your top 3 artists said? If you could time travel to experience, a performance again, what would be one of your top 3s?
Marvin Gaye.
Really?
Marvin Gaye.
Oh, okay. Hold on. So something
Love
a little
me some
bit,
Marvin.
a little bit like this. You're saying?
I've been really trying, baby.
Nice.
I love that one.
I know.
But
See-
actually, my favorite Marvin Gaye song is What's Going On.
Really?
Yes.
That is a good one too.
Yes.
And what I love is whenever she sent me Marvin Gaye, I thought, this is the second time she's brought up Marvin Gaye, and I'm like, man, she really does love him. But it's good more than what's going on. So it's not just the song.
Yes.
Because I started putting you kind of in a,
Yeah, don't stereotype me.
I know I was gonna label you. I was like, that's why she loves the romance, man. But. Oh, I'm sorry. Storytime said something, and we'll wait for that. So, no. Luckily, the mic is not on. You're good. But yeah, no. So when you sent me that, I started laughing. But then, sure enough, you hit it right on the head when you text me. You're like, I bet one of yours is Otis, and I was like, you know what? That is true. One of mine is some Otis. Mr. Pitiful, right there. He's amazing. I would love to see him, and you know why? Okay, great music, but the horns, I love live music, and when you bring the trumpets and the horns, I can't stop myself.
Yes.
I mean, I will embarrass people around me because I dance like no one's watching, and I don't care. Like, it's Carlton times 10. Like,
it's not pretty, but it's entertaining.
You have only seen me dance. Okay, you have seen me dance. I just flashback. Wait, hold up.
I've seen you dance.
Okay, well, we're gonna.
It's entertaining.
Okay, see, I almost let the cat out of the bag because I was.
No, that's not what I was talking about. Moving on.
Okay.
Moving on.
Sorry. I can dance, and I have rhythm. declaring it to others. Okay, so back to it, the top three artists that we would time travel to experience a performance with, right? So yours was, of course, you've got your Marvin Gaye, but this next one, I loved hearing that. I was like, hold up. That's right. I love having some liquid courage and trying to belt this one out, guys. Oh, love it.
Janis Joplin.
Ah, look at that. Yes.
A Texas girl.
And when you sent that to me, I was like, dang, that was a good one. Because you're right. I would totally love to see her perform again. I mean, or, just live. I'm like, again, like
ever?
I ever was there. I know, I'm all, ever. I did time travel.
You're younger than me, so I know you've never seen her.
Barely. But no, I've watched a lot of her footage, and I love her albums. I have a lot of them, and I just love her grit, if you will. So I was really...
That must be why I like her.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, she is one of the gritties out there. So I'm so glad you picked her because I'm glad she showed some love. I was like, oh, yeah. Okay, so this next one, I want you to listen, but then I'm going to tell you the backstory, okay?
I hear the train a-coming, it's rolling around a bend.
Who is it, you think?
And
I know who it is.
Sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on.
That's right, guys. I had to let the Folsom Prison in there because, yes, Johnny Cash. Now, truth be told, I don't know his library as well as other artists, okay? He's not necessarily like, my go-to for everything, but I love Johnny Cash. I love some of his popular hits and think he's great. Particularly, I would love to have been at Folsom Prison when he performed. And that's what came to mind. I was like, oh man, to be a fly on the wall there and in the back doors. If any of the movie was a slight depiction of any truth, I would be like, wham! I want to see it, right?
Right.
So it's definitely on my top list because I thought if I could travel back in time to be there in that moment, it would just be wild. So
I was really excited when I saw this whole list.
Yeah,
Our whole list.
Well, and there's been, of course, in the most recent years, there's, been a lot of tragedies in the artist world, and it is what it is, over time, of course. But a lot of ours are those that we weren't able to experience,
Right.
So it's especially in our generation. There are a couple that are, newer, but still, this is really cool. So, yeah, Johnny Cash is definitely one of mine. So let's see what this next one is. Again, top three artists that we'd go time travel to experience. And I think, Jen, this next one, I hope I got the right clip, okay? Listeners, I hope you can recognize that. That's right. Storytime is jamming. I love it. Yes, that's Nirvana.
Kurt Cobain.
I was really surprised when I saw that. I thought it was so cool. So you've got definitely some rock and punk in your blood, but what made you think of Kurt Cobain?
Because he was a legend in his own right, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, he was amazing. He just had issues. He had problems.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, he was human.
Yeah.
I just wasn't sure if there was a particular experience or something when you were like, because you had...
No, I mean, I was in high school for the grunge era,
Yeah.
if you will. So, of course, Nirvana was big when I was in high school. And
Oh, sure. No.
come on, Smells Like Teen Spirit.
No, no, I agree. And he was a great artist, and I imagine a great performer. So excuse me, kind of like the Garth Brooks. I heard once that he did go around throughout the stage. So I don't know. I've never been to one, or I hadn't been to one of his shows, but that's what I heard once. So that's really cool. Again, we're listing our top three artists, and this next one's going to be not necessarily a surprise, but I just had to be real with myself. I didn't want to be that girl, but I had to be that girl.
It's amazing.
We're caught in a trap.
I can't help it
I can't walk out
because you love me.
because I love
Oh,
you
screw
too
it up.
much, baby.
Yeah, little Elvis right there. I screwed up the lyrics, but you know what I'm talking. My lip is moving. Okay, I'm doing the lip thing. I'm trying, but yeah, I mean, I could not get past Elvis because I was on the fence. Whitney Houston, Elvis. Whitney Houston, Elvis, and I just because I wasn't around during that era, I just had to pick Elvis because I would want to see him. Now, not a big fan because I feel like during that time, a lot of the ladies were not able to control themselves. They would be like crying like crazy women on the side and like passing out, and it was just really bizarre. Anytime I watch videos of that and like the Beatles, I'm like, what was going on? But then I think about my days when I had big crush on New Kids on the Block, and I'm pretty sure I did similar acts. So I had to, really reflect, stop judging. But anyway,
I'm not. I was a blockhead.
were you? Is that what it was called?
Yes, we're blockheads.
I guess I wasn't
And but I
a
did
block
not
enough.
do the crying and
I didn't cry, but I screamed at the concert. That's the only thing. But some of these ladies in the videos, you remember watching the Elvis, they're like,
Yes.
and like hyperventilating, passing out and everything. And I was always like, what in the world is going on there? But regardless, I would love to see him just because Elvis, man, you got to see it in person, right?
he was incredibly sexy.
He was. And I'm looking at him like he was. And got to see a lot of great video. If you go on YouTube, you can get in a lot of Elvis tunnels. I'm just telling you, heads up. You can go and search a lot of cool stuff. So
Yes.
you could tell what I did Friday night. Cinco de Mayo for me. So that being said, it was our top 3 artists that we'd go time travel to experience. And if you're just tuning in, Grit and Grace, Jennifer and Merideth, and you may be wondering why we're talking about time travel, because it matters today. And it matters because in another lifetime, we may be able to time travel. That's my hope. Storytime is going to make it happen, at least in my mind. And then maybe in a movie in the future, because I've already started thinking about people he could cast. But anyway, that'll come up in a minute. So we want you to stay tuned. We've got a lot coming up, especially our special guest here, StoryTime Sloan, is going to be sharing about his wonderful book that you can find on Amazon, just released at the end of 2016, so it's still fresh. You can find it. I know I got it on my phone. You can get paperback. So it's going to be a really cool interview. I want you to stick around and stay tuned to Grit and Grace with Jennifer and Merideth. Thanks so much for tuning in this week, guys. Be sure to check us out every Saturday live, 8 to 9 on Conroe's FM 104.5 and 106.1. Also on irlonestar.com. But more importantly, subscribe. Let us know what you want to hear. Leave us your comments, right?
Yeah.
We want to hear from you, all right? Check us out online, too. Where can they find us online? Damn it, woman, that's what you're supposed to say. The social media. Grit and Grace Texas at gmail.com. Online, all our social media platforms are at Grit and Grace Texas. Be sure to connect with us, guys.